let's tilt it a little bit. There we go. Can't have the entire thing being in the Dutch angle, right?
I agree.
All right. Welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. I'm here with Ryan Miller Baldwin.
Yep.
A.K.A. Big Dick Baldwin. A.K.A. Aggressively Average. You have any other nicknames I missed?
BDB.
Hell yeah. What's your first memory of us?
You guys.
Oh, me and you.
Yeah. So it's like you guys. Let me
There you
think. Probably the first memory I had was in Adam's room, and I believe you were just pissing off Adam or something. I think you were like jumping on his bed, and Adam was yelling at you. Then Hudson was just laying in his bed. I think Evan came over a little bit later, but that was like one of the first weeks. That's like the core memory, but I remember you more as Mac from the mac and cheese stuff you used to claim you're the best mac and cheese recipe or something.
I said it one time.
Well, everyone called you Mac, but like, that's the memory. That wasn't like a one-on-one memory, but like that was more. I remember people calling you Mac, and I just remember it's like, oh, that's Mac.
Yeah.
So I remember people were just like, yeah.
Daniel tried so hard to make that happen. Like, he was the only person that called me Mac. I'm not, like, after like 2 days.
People, I mean, I remember that. Oh my God, that was a long time ago.
Dude,
Weird to think.
We were kids.
We were literally kids. There's pictures. I saw a picture of like a couple of us on the bed, and we all looked. You seen Adam looked like he was 10.
He always looks like he's 10.
It's amazing we went to bars looking like that. I mean, you're handing them the different fake IDs from the different states. Like, there's no way it looked real.
Bulls you can take a tortilla chip.
Exactly.
But it's crazy though. Like, remember when I had a beard coming into college, or like, I don't know, like, that seems like a lifetime ago, but also like not at all. Like, I feel like moving in the dorms like just happened.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like it was just yesterday at the same time. Like, you look at it now, like, people are moving to different cities, we're moving into apartments, we're moving elsewhere, and it's sad. I mean, I remember moving into Bowen for the first time, kind of scared out of my mind. At the same time, I was excited. I see this little Filipino kid, Patrick, and I was setting up my desk, and something fell on my head, and he, like, comes over me and, like, hugs me almost. Oh, you okay, man? I was like, all right, this kid's going to be a little strange. But then we went on a walk, and I was like, all right, he's cool. But, yeah, it feels like it was just the other day I was moving in, and it's over.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like at least we're still in our 20s, you know?
Exactly. Like, a lot of life to live, and we're still got a lot more fun to do. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we got our whole life ahead of us. We just finished the prologue or whatever.
Exactly. And honestly, most people are in Ohio too, so it's not like, everyone's going to be too far.
Yeah.
Most of my friends are in Columbus or Cleveland, so it's perfect.
So what were you doing today before we started filming?
Well, I had work today. I woke up, went to the gym. My work is fake work for Fit Technologies. Don't tell them. No, I'm kidding. I don't care if they know. But I do the bare minimum. Watched Sing 2, great movie if you've ever seen it.
I've not seen. Will I be confused if I haven't seen Sing 1?
Sing 1's pretty good. I'd recommend watching it.
Okay.
You might be a little confused. Yeah, but did that. Went to the golf range. Made some pasta. Now I'm here.
It's a great day.
Yeah, it was fantastic, to be honest. Also had some coffee. So.
Yeah. You a big coffee guy?
No, I honestly don't like it. If I drink coffee, I'm pumped the rest of the day, and I'm so like, I accomplish everything. But to be fair, I didn't really have much to accomplish today.
Yeah. What's the magic caffeine? It just gets all the gears going.
It's pumping. It's like you taking like 5 Adderall at once and just some coffee.
Yeah. I've never been a caffeine guy, or not a coffee guy. I remember someone was like, "Oh, you should just like have Monster or something like that every day." I feel like you would just become a demon. Like you would lose your humanity if you did that. You know.
You lose brain cells, everything. I think you just dumb down. That stuff can't be good for you to drink every day.
What does your typical day look like right now?
Again, I mean, I've been done with school since December. As you know, I graduated back December 19th. So really, I've taken this last 7-8 months, travel a little bit. I mean, my days have been pretty easy. It's the Fit Technologies. I wake up, get a coffee, I work out. I'm on the clock usually during this, just but it's the same stuff, different day. But I try to mix it up. I try to see different people, and I try to at least do different activities. I mean, this past semester I've been trying to travel more, which I haven't really gotten the chance to do as much as I'd like to growing up. So this whole past year, I was really able to travel a lot more than honestly any other time in my entire life. So it was really cool. But right now, again, it's the same kind of stuff. Huge movie lover, so a lot of my days spent watching at least one movie or every once in a while two. TV shows I'll watch each week, like Obi-Wan. Did you watch that?
I'm not a
big Star Wars guy.
No,
that's great.
I feel
Marvel,
like
you're Marvel.
I am, but like after I think it was Loki, I kind of fell off all the shows.
Yeah,
like, I feel like they've just been like
gotten bad.
I didn't see Moon Knight. I heard was good.
The end of it was just like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I was like, what is this? The first couple episodes were good. I didn't like the ending.
I don't know. I really liked the first episode, but I feel like the problem for me is like it's just they're saturating their own like market. Like I grew up reading Marvel comics, right? Like I was like a diehard Marvel kid, and like I went outside of the Ant-Man movies. I went to every single like movie in the theaters, like either opening weekend or the weekend after.
Right.
And I can't be bothered to start some. I still haven't seen Black Widow or Eternals. There's like
Eternals was bad.
Yeah, there's so many TV shows I just have no desire to start at all. It's
they're getting worse. The one with the Archer, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah.
Awful. They just put this woman in. I think, all right, this doesn't sound bad, but they're doing it with the culture now. It needs to be more inclusive with females and adding that in. But it was just forced. Like there was no reason to do what they were doing, and it was just a really forced plot, which really bothered me.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about the show. I do really like Kate Bishop as a character, but when she was introduced slowly in Marvel in the comics. Like she was her own Hawkeye, and then like she met Hawkeye, and he was like, I don't want you to be Hawkeye, and then she kind of proved herself, and then they became friends.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but she was just like some corny character that I wasn't a big fan. I know Marvel can be corny, but it was just a little bit over the top for me.
Yeah.
And it seems really just PG for me. Like it just wasn't what I enjoyed watching when it comes to superheroes.
Yeah, I hope that. I don't think it's going to slow down, especially like, with the TV shows doing well enough to like keep getting more.
Right.
But I feel like between The Boys or Invincible or like some of the DC movies, like it might show Marvel like, hey, like you don't need to do the same thing every time. Like, the problem with me is like Thor: Love and Thunder was just like every movie.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to ruin it, but I just say you can keep going.
I feel like every movie is like formulaic and stuff like that, but like I feel like there's no room for like emotional depth or change. It's like they keep turning up the comedy level movie by movie.
A little too much. I thought Thor Ragnarok was the perfect level.
It was the perfect level. Like it was like.
The movie's fantastic.
I mean that scene with like Valkyrie and like Hello, like that was like a perfect like nice like deep moment in the movie.
Who's the rat guy?
Korg.
Korg was awesome.
Korg was great. Yeah.
Oh my, he was hilarious that whole movie. But
yeah.
I haven't seen the new one. I heard Christian Bale. His performance was fantastic. It was ruined in the film because it was just bad.
No, he's the star, or not the star. He's the best part of the movie. The problem is he's not in it that much.
Okay.
And apparently like there's just a lot of scenes that like never made it past the cutting room floor. So.
So just bad directing then.
I like Taika Waititi, and like I kind of know his style of movies. I feel like there was definitely some directive oversight by Marvel to like kind of tone this up and like tone this down.
Okay.
And so yeah, it feels like it knows like it feels like a Taika Waititi movie, but like with again corporate interference.
That's fair. It's Disney for you.
That's also the chair.
The chair. Yeah, it's not
okay.
us.
I got scared for a second. Yeah, but have you what have you been like watching during your pre-work phase?
Yeah, so I'm not a big TV show guy. I don't like the commitment of a TV show.
I'm the opposite, but
see, it's just like I like starting. If it starts off, I can start off on season 1. Maybe it's on 2 seasons. I don't mind that. But if I see there's 5 seasons, I need to get through all of them. It's just I don't know what it is, but it turns me off of the TV show part.
So you have commitment issues.
Clearly, yes. Yeah. It's a little tough for me to get into them. But the movies I've been watching, I've been really into rom-coms lately.
Really?
Like, I don't know why, but they're very enjoyable. It's just stupid humor, and You know, you get a little bit sad at times, you get happy at the end, so he puts you in a good mood at the end. That's just straight up sad. Like, I watched Marley and Me. That's not a rom-com. That's just a sad movie.
No, like, I don't know who, like, created that movie. I saw it on an airplane, like, when I was, like, 8 or 9. I was bawling my eyes out.
Dude, I saw it in theaters. I wanted to cry. Like, it was such a sad movie.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just, like, you watch once and never again, because it's like, why would I be hurt like that again?
I don't know why I watched it again, but I watched James Bond, the newest one.
I heard it's really good.
Dude, I cried in that one. I'm not even a crier, but it was really good.
Yeah. You need to talk to Ben and Evan about rom-coms, because that's their shit. Evan apparently watches rom-com before, to fall asleep every night.
It's good, man. See, it puts you in a good mood most of the time, unless the dog dies. I don't think that's a rom. It's a drama. That's a drama.
I feel like that's a pet movie.
It's a drama.
A pet drama movie.
Pet drama, yeah.
I feel like there's no, like...
You could have a rom-com with a pet in it, though.
Yeah. But the problem with pet movies is the pet never survives. Or The Red Fern Grows, Marley and Me, does Marmaduke survive? I don't really know.
I don't know. I've never fully seen it.
Like, I don't know. Like, that's why I just don't trust dog movies. Or, like, pet movies in general.
I Am Legend.
Exactly. You can't... You always know, like, the pet's gonna die, and I can't take it.
It's tough. But
Like,
some of them are so good. Like, I Am Legend's a fantastic movie, but when the dog dies, that hits different.
Exactly. Like, it's because, like, you know, a human's, like, one thing, but, like, a dog, it's pure.
Because they do nothing. It's only good, you know? Yeah, no. So, but I've been watching a lot of rom-coms. I'm going to stay away from the pet movies now. They don't put you in a good mood.
Exactly.
Good Luck Chuck, you ever seen that? Jessica Alba?
I have not, no.
Not a great movie, but it was enjoyable to watch. She's very beautiful in it, so...
That's all you need?
Yeah, and I've been watching a little bit of Entourage. You ever seen that?
I heard it's really good. I know Sean likes it.
I've seen it before, and I'm rewatching it against a TV show. It's just hard for me to get back into.
There's a lot of HBO shows I really want to watch.
Have you ever seen Westworld?
No. I
cool
heard
concept, but it's kind of terrible.
Derek says the first season's great, the second season's alright, and then by the third season they're adding like all these like
stupid shit, and you don't even understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah. It kind of failed by its own success.
Yep. They actually, when they pitched Westworld, they pitched them season 2 to like HBO to get it, produced.
Yeah.
And they loved season 2 so much, so they're like, all right, yeah, we'll let you do it. So they did season 1, which was just unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Coolest, like.
Remember how popular it was too.
It was just like the most.
It was like cool. Westworld was beginning. Game of Thrones was like still in its good parts of ending. So it was just like HBO was like on a run.
Yeah. But oh man, it was just such a cool concept because I've never seen. It's like almost it was like a fantasy. It's just like you can go into this world where they're like robots that look like people and you can do whatever you want. So it was just like very cool concept of a TV show, and the way they tied it into the future in there. It was cool. Definitely recommend season 1. But again, Derek was 100% right. Once you get past season 2, it's just getting a little far-fetched, and wasn't a huge fan of it.
I feel like HBO and it just kind of doesn't let shows breathe.
Yeah, it
could be HBO, could be someone else. Who knows?
Nah, I don't know. But HBO does have some really good stuff. I'm liking what they're doing. I mean, Netflix has had some good originals. HBO is definitely up there. So I'm curious to see. Honestly, Apple Plus has had some good ones too.
Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso, and then there's this recent one I watched. It was really cool. I forgot the name of it, but it was a cool idea. I watched it in like a day in the airport. So
yeah, my dad says we're getting Apple TV Plus because I don't want to see Ted Lasso, but I'm not gonna like buy Apple TV for it.
Right.
I'll bump someone's. But have you ever seen Homeland? Heard about it?
Heard about it.
So it's based on this Israeli like show of a very similar vibe, and the creator of that show is making a show on Apple TV Plus. Like, it's also like a political thriller. So
it should be good, worth the watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing day to day. That's like I love doing stuff like just chilling and watching stuff. I don't know. It takes my mind off life.
Yeah.
It gets me through the days. That's why I start my real job.
There's so much to life that's it's nice to just lean back and relax,
Exactly, yeah. You kind of live in a fake reality for a little bit. Not saying I don't love my reality, I do, but it's cool to, imagine what would life be like in
Westworld.
Exactly, or what would life be like in the Marvel universe. So, cool thing to think about.
Where do you lean politically and why?
I am incredibly moderate. I don't like when anyone's too one way. It's hard for me. So first of all, I guess the way I like to put it is when I talk to people, if they are very political, I try to agree more with them. There's a word for that I kind of forgot, but I do it so at least I get along with them. I don't see any reason to fight over politics.
Yeah.
There's one thing if someone's saying some pretty vulgar stuff I may not agree with.
Yeah.
I'll go with it, but I won't fully, say or agree with everything they're saying. And it's the same way on both sides. I hate, when people are going, build the wall and shit like that. It's just like, come on, guys. Like, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then you got the other spectrum, or the crazy, crazy, crazy liberals that are just, can't even give you an example, but they're more like almost like socialist, where they want everything to be free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like being in the middle. I think there's good sides to each, and I think the more I'm seeing our government, especially after being in Europe, I mean, they look at us, and they used to look up to us. So I talked to a lot of Europeans, and especially like in England. First of all, their conservative is like our liberal. So they're they're more socialistic over there.
Okay.
And so they used to say, yeah, we used to look up to America. Then you guys put Trump in office. Personally, if you like Trump, I have no issue with that. I'm not saying I'm for him. I'm not saying I'm against him. But I'm not, I'm not the biggest Trump supporter. But they said, you put Trump in, immediately we're thinking negatively of you guys. And now we're seeing all the gun violence and everything. And it's just, it's terrible. I would find out about the school shootings from these Europeans. They go, did you see what happened in Texas? I hadn't really checked my phone. I'm not really looking at U.S. news at this point.
Yeah. And
I looked, and it's like, holy shit, there was a whole school shooting with multiple kids dying, and then you have conservatives saying, oh, like, the NRA is fine, like, we need more, the teachers need guns, and this wouldn't have happened if teachers had guns. It's stuff like that. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
We don't need guns, and it's like, people are saying, oh, it's for protection. Who the hell is trying, why do you need an AK-47 for protection? Who in the world is hunting you? That's my question. If you're that scared about someone's going to come and kill you, you have other issues. I mean, I understand if you say, I like guns and I like to shoot them. That's one thing. And I completely understand that. If you want to go shoot guns, go for it. Go to a range, shoot, practice it in a safe way, which a lot of gun owners do. So I'm very in between. Some people just want to completely get rid of guns. Mm-hmm. Again, I understand if you like guns, you store it safely and correctly, and you're a safe gun owner. But a lot of people are on the other side and think, everyone needs a gun, and it's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I like to stay in the middle. And it really does help me agree with people, because you notice when people are so political, they just, like, I'll see, I guess, like on Hinge, on the dating thing, be like, I can't, if you're conservative, don't talk to me. Like, why? Yeah. Why does that matter, your political belief, that much that you won't even be willing to talk with someone?
Yeah. Like,
that's where I get bothered.
I completely agree with you. The people that don't talk to someone that doesn't completely agree with them is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now. Have you heard about The Defining Decade?
No.
It's recommended to me by DSG. But so it's like about why your 20s are like the most important like decade of your life, and like all this important stuff happens. It's defined in like work, love life, and then like mind and body stuff going on. So I'm only on chapter 2 of. Which is still in work, but that it was actually about like why like the people like the weak ties that you have are more important than the strong ones you have. Like your everyday friends are like most likely gonna be like super similar to you, like agree with you, more be supportive than like like help you change and grow as a person.
That makes sense.
Whereas like those that like you're not as close with are probably gonna be those that are a lot different than you and might help you like grow and change as a person.
Right.
So I think that like to that point of talking with someone that doesn't agree with you and kind of understanding where they come from and learning about who they are, like just shutting that part out of your life, like a group of people that doesn't agree with you is gonna make you so much less of a person.
Right, and I think it's beneficial to hear the other side. Again, I'd like to stay moderate, and I like to hear both sides.
Yeah.
I just think you should be open to hearing most things. You may not agree with it, but we live in the U.S. It's freedom of speech. You can. I don't want to go to listen to a Nazi meeting. That's not what I want to do.
Yeah. There's
sadly, it's allowed to happen as long as they're not causing violence. But again, you should be able to listen to each side when it comes to liberal, conservative, whatever. Be able to have a civil conversation. You may not agree with them, but it does help you a lot. And again, there's so many people just shut out that side completely, and it's sad to see. And I think it's just creating more of a the government's just becoming more and more opposite. It's crazy. I think next election it's going to go the complete other way. I mean, we keep getting more and more liberal, then more and more conservative. No one's getting along. You know, abortions are now illegal in a lot of the states. It's crazy what's going on now, and it's sad to see.
Yeah, I asked my parents about like if it was ever this polarized before, you know, like, and
that's the word I was looking for, but yeah.
But it's like they say no, you know, like I wonder like what happened, you know, like to the Europeans' point of like, you know, I feel like the American dream is like it being dead's been said for like decades now, but like
it is,
you know,
100%
like
gone.
Even the American like idea of the American dream, I feel like it's dead. It's like everything's just like you're either with me or against me.
Right. I mean, Europeans again, they don't even want to going here. We're a joke to them almost now. We're not, you know, number one. As corny as that sounds, a lot of people we used to be able to. Everyone looked up to us. I mean, we were
America.
Exactly, a representation of freedom, of where you wanted to be. You could make money, and it was free, and it was safe. I'm not saying it's not safe now. I mean, we spend freaking billions on our military, but it's internally, it's
clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the media again portrays it as the worst possible thing on earth.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the time, you know, it's not that bad, but there's a lot of issues internally that it needs to be fixed. I mean, not every cop's bad, but there's again a couple apples in there that are terrible people that should not be holding a gun and protecting the U.S. citizens. I mean, some of them hate an entire race of people.
Yeah.
How can you live your life like that? Don't know, but it's sad to see.
What's your relationship like with your family?
So, I mean, I'll go back, I guess, starting more when I was younger. I wasn't the best child growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I was a complete asshole to my parents growing up. I did not get along. My mom and I, we butt heads a lot because we were very opinionated people and what we thought should be okay. My brother and I fought a ton, not like fist fighting, but we'd argue and we weren't really close with each other. It's kind of hard. He was a freshman when I was a senior in high school, and just very different maturity levels, different mindsets. I mean, I'm going to college and he got his entire high school career left.
Yeah. Can't even drive.
Exactly. Actually, he could drive at the end of his freshman year, so he's old first grade.
Okay.
Just pissed me off there. But again, we didn't get along as well as I'd like to, especially looking back now. And then my dad, so he lost his dad when he was 14. So he, in my mind, this is my opinion again as I say this, and it's sad to say, but I don't think he really understood, you know, what it was tough for him because he grew up, his mom, like my grandma, didn't make a lot of money, single parent. His brother and him had to get along because they had to help his mom out as much as they could. And so they had a really close relationship all with them. And then my dad never really had that father figure in his life for his teen years, which in my mind, when you're raising a child, is the most difficult years in your entire life because they're fucking devils a lot of the time. They're not, you know, they can be assholes. They're going to speak their mind. They think they, you know, can do anything and very opinionated, all focused about themselves, very selfish kids.
Yeah.
That was me. And I feel like my dad never really knew how to deal with that because he never really saw how someone would deal with him. So it was a little hard for him, I feel like, and I didn't help at all. I was a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And now that I was in college, I got some space from them. Our relationship has gotten so much better. Like my brother, I can say now he's probably my best friend. I talk to him every day, and my parents love that. I mean, that's
awesome.
They love to see that. I mean, I love my brother. We still, you know, we fight. I can be a dick to him. He's a dick to me back, which is cool.
It's a healthy relationship.
Exactly, and that's my opinion. My parents, I mean, the space has helped so much. I call my parents probably once a day. I mean, again, my dad still kind of can piss me off, but that's parents. I mean, I love them both a lot, and our relationship has gotten a lot better, and it's good to see. And I mean, looking back at it now, I wish I was a better child. I can be opinionated. I can be, you know, a lot of the time I'd be stuck in my room and wouldn't even want to see them. It's just how I was as a child. College again has helped a lot. The space, the meeting of people, it's definitely helped a relationship.
Yeah, I feel like I was talking about this a little bit with Hudson yesterday. Like, you know, growing up, kind of like being forced to be around these people, and like whether you like your family or not, like it's gonna do something to your relationship. But as you go to college, like you kind of need that space to breathe and find yourself more as a person and then like because it's the old adage of if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours.
Exactly. And again, it's helped so much. I mean, my parents, I think college helped me so much in terms of my social skills and who I am as a person. I mean, my parents, again, I was a business major. I personally don't think I learned a lot in many of my classes. Obviously, there's a couple classes I do think personally helped a ton for me.
Mm-hmm.
But majority of them in my mind, I don't think I will ever use or do anything with. But my dad said it in the best way. College is more of a social experience for a lot of people and understanding and figuring out who they are.
Yeah.
And you can really branch out as a person. You can become experienced in different things, meet different people. You may not be friends with these people forever, but they're going to change your life in some way, maybe for the worse, maybe for the better. You don't know, but that's, in my mind, it's a social thing. That's why you go to college. It kind of, you can tell the people, that go to college, they're just, more socially better. Not everyone, but a lot of people, they can encounter different things, and I think it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Which is, again, I love my family now, though. Very, very close.
I'm glad to hear it. Shout out to Zach, especially.
Yeah.
Kid's a little fucker, but he's a good kid.
He is.
Also decent at soccer.
He's okay. He's not that good.
Not as good as you at Kaylin's birthday party. I still can't believe you were crossing up all those kids.
I pushed one down. He was about to start
You
crying.
serious?
I didn't he bumped into me and I fell straight over and he was about to start crying. I was like, oh shit. And I immediately grabbed him. I was like, don't cry, don't cry. Picked him right up. It'd be such a bad look.
Dude, I don't know what the more entertaining thing was that night. You playing with all those kids, or me just disappearing.
Home?
Yeah, I walked home from Bud Dairy and forgot to tell anyone I was leaving.
I took an Uber back because I had to meet someone else for a different birthday party.
Really?
Yeah. It was a fun night though.
It was good. I didn't drink it. Caitlin's birthday, little thing she had this year.
Oh, I wasn't there. I was in Cleveland. So.
Yeah. No, but I was I cannot walk by and we can laugh about it now. I've one of apologized a million times, but it's I don't know if those kids are gonna forgive you. There might be
they're traumatized.
No, there's definitely gonna be a gold medalist in soccer. Be yeah, my life was all right, and then this one time when I was 5 years old, this 21-year-old came and crossed me up, and I knew one day I had to beat him. If you're looking at me now, fuck you.
Yeah, honestly, they were. I beat up that kid pretty bad, yeah.
I'm glad.
It's a good party, though.
What's your most unique talent?
I was at the Clippers game last Tuesday, and I had a unique talent in my mind. I was talking to Sydney Baxter, and she's like, wow, that's really unique. And I was like, yeah, it is. But I completely forgot it. So now I got to think of one on the spot. I don't think this is very unique. I can make pasta now from scratch, but...
From scratch?
It's not hard, dude. It's like
you make the dough and everything?
Yeah.
Damn.
100 grams of flour and one medium-sized egg, and it's about the technique, the air. If it's more moist out, you need to use, I want to say, more flour. If it's drier out, use less flour.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, switch that.
Yeah.
But mix it together and it creates this ball thing.
Yeah.
You flatten it out and then you can cut your shapes how you want it. I learned it in Italy, which is cool.
That's sick.
But I've always tried to make it growing up, and I never did it right. But when I was there, I finally made it correctly, which was awesome. That's probably my most... I know I have a cooler one, but I can't think of it.
No worries. I'm sure you might think of it at some point, and you can just
I hope so.
blurt it out. But, so, how often are you making pasta, handmade pasta?
I've made it twice now. Once for my parents and once for myself. I'm going to probably do it again in 2 weeks. So I'm trying to perfect... spaghetti's not the hardest to make. I've done ravioli.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pretty good filling for that, so that was really tasty.
Yeah.
But I want to try to do a lasagna soon and see if I can hand make that.
Yeah, I've heard the handmade stuff especially with pasta, it just tastes so much better.
So much better, and you can eat a way smaller amount. It's more filling. So one egg with 100 grams of flour is one serving. It doesn't look like a ton, but it fills you up way more than normal pasta.
Alright, I'm gonna make you a housewarming gift of make a mean orange cookie, and you're gonna have to make me some spaghetti.
Yes, I'll definitely do that. I'm still perfecting it. It's it seems easy, but people make it everyone kind of messes up. Too doughy sometimes.
Yeah.
Too salty with the water. It's not the hardest thing in the world to make, but it's really easy to mess up.
Yeah, there's a science to it and an art.
Right. So I'm hoping I can perfect it soon.
What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
I was in Florida with Cal and all those guys at Cal's beach house. I remember we got an email from the university that we're going to be closed for another week, and we're all celebrating. Oh shit, we have another week of spring break. Should we just stay here and have fun? And we were pretty excited, obviously, for the time being, thinking, this was just Passover.
Yeah.
I flew back into Cincy, then ended up driving to Columbus. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, shit, this could be bad. I actually packed up majority of the stuff in my room when I went back to Columbus before we had to go back and pick everything up. So I'm not going to lie, half of my room was already packed before we got the news that it was shut down completely, because I heard a couple of schools were already closing, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take this back, and if I had a car, so I can take it right back. If not, took a lot of it back. A couple days later, we got the news that OSU was closed. I was like, you know what? You got to go back down and take everything else back. So obviously not the news I wanted to hear. Really ruined the ending part of sophomore year for me just because there was so much going on. I mean, we had spring block, a couple parties planned. I mean, it cut down the time with my roommates really short that year, which really sucked. But I did have a great COVID summer for what it was, because my parents allowed me to hang out with a lot of my home friends because they were pretty strict about it. So I had a group of like 8 guys that we'd hang out with like almost every single day. So I did that majority of the summer, go to the pool, drink a couple beers, have fun, play some beer die. It's like a frat kid basically for my sophomore year summer. Went down to Columbus once to visit Adam, which was a lot of fun. But again, I made the most of what I could given COVID, which that really sucked.
Yeah, no, it was... Quarantine was a long 5 months between like March and moving in August, right?
Yeah, but then when we got when we got back in August, moving into the new house, a lot of fun, seeing everyone, just drinking outside, and all my roommates ended up getting COVID together, so we quarantined together. So we were all, for 10 days, honestly, we just went on a 10-day bender, and we're drinking outside, and people would come up and like, oh, and like stay back, like we have COVID, and it was honestly a lot of fun. Like we made the most of having COVID. Yeah. So after that, we really didn't care because we were like, all right, we're immune now. We don't. We have 3 months to do whatever. That semester wasn't the best, but again, made the most of what we could do. So
I think that's the kind of do.
Exactly. Yeah.
When life gives you lemons, you make some apple tea or something like that.
You make whatever you can. It's tough.
Exactly.
That time we couldn't make lemonade, but we did make some apple tea.
Yeah. I don't know where the fuck I came out with that. So, how do you view your religion?
I'm pretty weird when it comes to religion, because I see religion in a lot of ways. I see religion bringing people together, and I see religion at the same time tearing people apart, and it can create a lot of violence. I went to Israel this past December, which sadly you weren't able to come with, which sucks.
Yeah.
I wish you would have been able to. But I've come down to this. I am not a very religious person. In terms of God, I don't know if a God exists, but if there is proof, I believe in it. But I do love the cultural aspect of being a Jew. Yeah. I love being able to go to Israel and being able to connect with almost everyone I talk to, just because we have a common ancestry and a lot of common beliefs, and I really love that idea of religion. It's not just the Jews. My dad, he was a Christian. His was the church. He was very close with a church group he had. He had I guess his father figure was one of the people that was, I don't know what you call them in a church. It wasn't the priest, but it was a guy that was not a priest. I don't know what the hell he was. Cardinal? Not a cardinal. He wasn't that high, but he was just like a guy that was one of the main guys in the church. Important. He took control of the group, and he was really tight with that group. For me, with the Jewish religion, I've met a lot of my really good friends through religion and going to Jewish religious school growing up. And then on Israel, I've met a lot of really good friends and other people on the trip that I still keep up with today. And a couple of people from Israel, this guy named Ziv. I actually messaged him yesterday, and I videoed him on Saturday. Great guy. I met him on the trip for Birthright, and it's awesome. But it's just cool that I have something that I can always rely on, that they're always going to accept me no matter what. I mean, unless I kill children, which I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But I always have something that I can lean on, and they'll respect me, I respect them, and it's just great. It's an awesome community. And that's why I do love religion in that aspect.
Yeah.
And then you see people that can interpret religion in terrible ways. Saudi Arabia, for example, the way they treat women, the way they treat gays, and people like that, they're extremists.
Yeah.
I don't know how you view a book from way back then like that, but who knows? People that believe, the Christian race should only be white. I mean, Jesus was probably black, to be honest, like where he was from. Exactly, where he's from, he's going to be dark, so whatever. Yeah. But I don't like when people do like that. I mean, they say religion's like viewing into, multiple windows viewing one thing, and everyone's viewing it in a different way. So again, I think a lot of religions have the right idea, the right morals, and I think religion can create good morals for people and a good, a person of leadership, good morals. It helps create that type of person, but again, I think religion can cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, to the problem point, I think that the people that are in that sort of way they're taking their belief and kind of molding,
yes, putting their own thoughts into it, which...
Exactly. It's the same book that's like saying all that, you, I guess, should do this shit to whoever. It's also saying, love that neighbor. So
right.
It's interpreting the parts you want and making it fit to your world.
Exactly.
Instead of learning from it.
Exactly. That's the problem with religion now. It's people like that. And you have a lot of acts, what was the recent one? Chicago, correct? Wasn't there a shooting in Chicago towards the Jewish community? Or was that just a shooting in general?
I think
a couple of Jews died in it, but...
I know the Buffalo one was in a Jewish, or a more Jewish community, and I know Pittsburgh, back when we were...
Pittsburgh, that was at a synagogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, my Nana, the Buffalo one, she was 15 minutes from it. I mean, it's crazy. She could have been at that grocery store.
Yeah.
Again, that's back to gun stuff. Don't fully agree with it, but whatever. Terrible stuff. But you just see random acts like that of just pure violence towards a group. What have any of those people done to deserve any of that? Which makes no sense to me. It's just because we have a different religion.
Yeah. That's
so messed up. I think you can love anyone with any religion. I don't think it matters. You may not believe everything that's in the Torah or the Bible or whatever, but I think you can have common morals, and I don't think there needs to be violence revolving that.
Yeah, I completely agree. To your other point, though, in Judaism, I feel like it should be like that, or not should, but probably is like this in most of the religion. There's the spiritual side with Kabbalah that people don't really talk about that much. There's obviously the religious side, with God and everything.
Right.
And then there's the cultural side, which I feel like, growing up, it was kind of a balance between the two. But I feel like as people get older, it's much more to the cultural side because you build those communities and they have those values for you to connect with,
You stay with it a lot of the time. I think today's age is becoming a lot more cultural, if anything. I think a lot more people nowadays are becoming more atheist, which I have, again, no issue with that. But I do love being able to still have that community to bounce back on. I mean, I can relate to you as being a fellow Jew, and there's a ton of other kids. You can go to Hillel, Chabad, whatever. You can all relate with those groups, and you can have a lot of similar beliefs, a lot of different, but you still have that community to rely on, that's why I love being a Jew.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Oh, definitely.
At least for us, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can remember when I was 4 going to religious school, so
yeah,
it's been great since then.
What's your biggest regret? Go for it.
I have a lot of, little regrets of things I've done, nicer to people in a lot of the ways, things I wish I've taken back and said. I can be a dick in times, which I don't always try to mean it. I can come off as incredibly blunt, which again, I don't fully mean it, and I hope some people can get my sarcasm that I'm not a complete asshole, but biggest regret, I gotta say, I have to go back to my childhood, just the way I treated my parents. I didn't love, my relationship with them growing up. I think I could have been so much better of a child. I think it's shaped me to where I am today, where I do have a really good relationship, but it's sad to look back on that I wasn't as close as I saw other families with their children. I mean, that's, again, fully on me. I just wasn't the nicest kid. I like to be alone. I really didn't come out of my shell till senior year of high school, I did not talk much. Really didn't have many friends in like my freshman, sophomore year at all. Junior year, I was starting to, branch out more. And then senior year, I kind of figured out myself. It was really, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman year of college, again, coming out of another shell, and it's where I am today. But my biggest regret, again, is I wish I would have treated my parents a little bit better. I wish I had a better relationship with my brother growing up. I think it would have been a lot cooler to really connect with them growing up. But that probably has to top it. In terms of school, I have no regrets of anything I've done here. I love the friends I've met. I love the relationships I've had. The traveling I've done. I've done what I wanted to accomplish up to now. I don't have any huge regrets besides that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm in a good spot for the rest of my life. Not the rest of my life, but the next couple of years to really see where it takes me and to do some more exciting things.
Yeah. I think it speaks a lot to you, the fact that, your biggest regret you've actively worked to overcome, and it says a lot about who you are. You don't like, or if you don't like something how it is, you're going to go ahead and change it. I've seen that with a lot of things in your life. And
I appreciate that. I am an opinionated person, I know that, and I butt heads with some people, but I do try to, I don't like when people don't like me. It does really affect me in the head, and obviously my parents have always loved me. I've never done anything to make them, hate me, but I do, I love having the connection I have with them now.
Yeah. What are you most worried about?
I'm a little worried, starting a job. It's definitely, I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong, but a little worried. It's going to put me out of my comfort zone. I'm doing a role that's more technology focused than I've ever done before. I need to learn a couple programs before moving in. Not sure what the programs are yet, but I know I need to learn them. So it's definitely going to put me out of my comfort zone, but it's going to benefit me in the long run. The role I'm in is more data analytical than I was, ever done before in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to help me out in the future to make me more versatile and help me grow as a person. I've been basically put in a bubble for the last 8 months. Made money, haven't done much. My parents helped me through paying majority of my expenses in college. Obviously not going out and not my full rent, but they've helped me a lot. I've gone through college debt-free. I'm blessed to say that beyond anything. And if I have kids, I only hope to do the same thing, because it almost puts you above, not above people, but it kind of helps you, to start your life off debt-free.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. I wish I can do that for my kids if I have them.
Yeah.
But definitely worried about that, but I'm very excited to see where it'll take me. I do want to branch out of Columbus eventually, so that's something I am a little bit worried for, because it's a whole other city. You've got to meet new people, and I don't want to be stuck in Columbus the rest of my life. I personally despise Ohio, mainly because of the weather. I can't do snow anymore. And I want to go down south, and I think it'd be cool to restart over there. And then this is a thing that I'm not, it's a weird thing to be worried about, but I always wonder, what if I never find someone to eventually settle down with? Which, again, I'm 22 years old. That shouldn't be on my mind, but it was in the back of my head, the last couple of weeks. I've seen most of my, I've had 2 ex-girlfriends. They all have, long-term boyfriends. I'm not saying I miss them in any way. You guys are awesome if they ever watch this, but I just think that it's in the back of my head. I think I'm a very difficult person to, if you ever would be with me long term, I think I'm difficult. Mm-hmm. But it's a thought that's always crossed my mind. What if you never find someone and you're alone the rest of your life? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid thought. Again, I'm 22 years old, still living with many of my friends nearby in Columbus, so I'm never going to be fully alone.
Yeah.
But it's crossed my mind once or twice.
I think it's a natural thing,
Right.
Especially, post-college when, I feel like not a lot of people marry their college sweethearts, but at the same time, it's, watching people, go into real life. Especially, I have no idea how to meet people in real life in general, much less, a friend or a girlfriend or whatever that is.
This day and age, it's weird. Because I think it's almost weird to just go up to someone at a bar. It's not weird, but a lot of the people when you go up to a bar, it's more like they assume you're just trying to hook up with them and flirt with them or something like that. It's so gross. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the time, take it wrong. You have sites like Hinge. I don't think I'm the most attractive person when it comes to, you're looking at a dating profile. Mm-hmm. you're not gonna be like, wow, this guy's so attractive. I'd like to think my personality, which I feel like most guys would like to think, their personality kind of outweighs their looks.
Yeah.
I don't like to rely on my looks. I don't think I can't go to a bar and just pick up any girl I want. That's not who I am. I don't, want to be that type of person. I think it's kind of foul, if you do that over and over.
Yeah.
But I think I love talking to people, and I love, going on a date. I think in my mind's a lot of fun. I get to meet someone, learn some new things. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But, and now I think it's more, hinge-based, and I wouldn't want to date a coworker. I think that's just kind of
weird.
Yeah, I don't want to work with them and then go home with them. That's
especially like thinking if things don't work out, then it's even
right.
weirder.
And it's just weird in the office space. So it's how do you meet people? I mean, the only way is really bars, but you hope they don't take it the wrong way. Which you can easily talk to someone and make them not take it the wrong way. But it's just kind of it takes a lot of confidence to go up to a girl and just start talking to her at a bar.
Yeah, you
need some of that that a little bit of beer in you to get that false confidence in there, but. I mean, if you can go up to a girl and start talking to her at a bar, props to you. I mean, I've done it before, but again, it's not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of balls and get rejected a lot of the time. So
maybe in that sweet spot of not caring, but also like not hammered.
Right, and at the same time, I don't like to say I rely on alcohol to do that, but it is a lot of balls.
It does a lot.
It takes a lot of balls to go, even because I don't want to be when I go up to a girl, I don't want to be hammered. Exactly, it's that sweet spot, but at the same time, it's even in that sweet spot, it still takes a lot of guts to just go up to a girl that you think is wow, that girl's very pretty. I'd like to get her number. I'd like to talk to her. You're like, wow, but it's that thought that she rejects me. I mean, you have to get past that thought.
Yeah.
The thought of failure. Who cares? Learn from your failure and move on. But I think that honestly in my life, that's the next goal. In general, not just with women, just understanding that failure, moving on from it, and becoming, not better, but just learning from it.
Yeah.
So I guess that does make you better, but no, it's tough.
What's the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
Again, I have been put in a bubble. Graduated college already, so that's not in there. Had my great set of friends, meeting anyone. Went to Europe for a month and a half. Alright, I guess the hardest thing for me right now is the emotional aspect of everyone leaving.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, seeing my house, don't get me wrong, I think my house is disgusting, it's so gross living there, but the people made that house.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my roommates and living 20 seconds from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That it's never going to be like this ever again.
I completely agree.
Which, for me, I mean, it didn't hit me until I saw everyone graduate when I was in Lisbon at this point, and I'm seeing pictures of all the graduation, everyone, leaving, and they're like, oh, just finished, congratulations and stuff. It really hit me thinking, wow, I am never going to be living with these guys probably ever again in my entire life. I'm never going to be living this close. Once people start marrying, having kids, it's very, very hard to keep in touch with people because you really figure out who you're even closer with, because it's hard to, those friends that you're just kind of friends with, you see them at a bar here and there every now and then, you talk to them, but it's hard to keep in touch with those people, which is sad for me. I mean, I'm close with, a couple guys in ATO, but there's a lot of guys I'm just friends with that, don't get me wrong, I love seeing them out, I still talk to them, but I don't think you're going to have less and less time as you get older, and you eventually value certain friends, and you see who you value and who you reach out to still.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see that, and it's hit me. It's with these guys for the last 4 years of my life, and it's been incredible. Best 4 years of my life so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now that I'm in Grandview now, I'm not right next door to all my best friends. It's sad. That's definitely been the hardest thing for me. Moving, again, I love living in this nice new area, but I mean, you have Adam, he's going all the way to St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's what, 6, 7...
Ish, yeah.
7 hours away.
Yeah.
Sophia, she's 7 hours away. I mean, Hudson, Evan, Daniel, they're 2 hours away in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Again, that's not as hard for me. I have family up there, but they're not right next door. And
yeah,
for me, it's so hard. Just knowing that it's not gonna be like this ever again.
Yeah, I think, kind of seeing the house moved out bits and pieces over the past summers, kind of been a death by a thousand cuts. But what really just got my heart to sink was. Actually, I was gonna say like I came back from home and like a bunch of like all the bottles were gone, most of the posters were gone. Like that was like the house looked naked, but like I walked into Sean's room today because like it's unlocked,
different, didn't it?
And there's nothing in there.
Yep.
And it's just like
he's gone.
It's like
he's in Chicago.
Yeah, it's almost like have you ever seen what's the one with like the little kids in the woods during the like. Kid Cudi samples it in Solo Dolo Part 3. It's like, you know...
Kids what? I'm not a huge Kid Cudi guy, so I don't think I'd know it.
Hold on. I'm not going to look at my phone. Also, it's all the way over there. It's like, it's not Call Me By Your Name. It's like... I'm going to be angry. It's like, I'm going to throw it up here of some sort. You know, it's like... But, like, it's like, at the end of the movie, it's like, this, like, kid, like, starts walking away. Like, I'll see you, like... Because it's, like, during the summer, right?
Right.
And then, like, you know, the narrator, who's, like, the older version of the, like, main guy, is like, yeah, you know, I kept close with Johnny or whatever, and, like, 22, you know, he was a bar, and, like, there was a fight going on, and he tried to, like, get in between and got, like, stabbed, and it's just, like, you, like, as he's, like, telling this, like, how he died, just, like, the kid, like, walks in the distance and vanishes.
Never see him again.
It's just, like...
It's
like you don't realize it's over until it's already over.
Exactly, and it's so sad. I mean, when I got back from Europe and finally went back down to Waldeck, I went into Josh's room. He was already moved out. There's nothing in it. I was like, holy shit. I was just at my house the other day. There's nothing in my room. There's nothing in Andrew's room. There's nothing in Josh's room. Daniel's basically moved out. You're like, wow, like, I remember, like, moving in, we're all so excited, like, this is the coolest thing ever. We put our beer table outside, everyone they have their parents buy a couple cases, and we're all just drinking outside, blasting music. It's like 4 in the morning, like, wow, next 2 years are going to be the sickest thing ever, like, we're going to have so much fun, we're going to throw some parties, everyone's going to be over, all your friends. You guys stopped over too that first day.
I remember.
And now it's done.
Yeah.
Moved out, I'm getting older. And it sucks. I mean, all my friends, they've all started their jobs for the most part, full-time, and, I mean, I'm kind of lucky I don't start till August 15th. I'm ready to start, but at the same time, it's like, wow, like, where'd that time go?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going back to your first question, first memory of college. Where the hell did that time go?
Because, like, you want to, like, make the most of every memory, and, you know, you want to live in the moment, and at the same time, it's almost like, especially, like, these last couple months, I feel like it's almost like, you know, it's the one scene from Inception, you know, like, where every, like, 1.5 seconds you hear it take. Yeah, it's almost like that. It's just like you're trying to like spend as much time as you can and like, you know, have so much fun. It's just the existential dread of like it's coming to an end is going on, you know?
Which is, it sucks, but it's, I mean, that's growing up. And I talked to a lot of people too, which was cool to hear. When I was in Florence, I took the pasta class. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of not adults, but like, they're adults. They're like 28, I don't consider them adults, but older, you know, young adults.
Yeah.
So they were like late 20s, early 30s, and I was like, yeah, like, they're asking me about myself a little bit, and they're like, I just graduated college, like, it sucks, like, you know, like, now I'm done with college, like, the best 4 years of your life, and like, you guys don't understand, like, college is a ton of fun, but it's actually the next couple of years that are the most fun. You still get to meet more people, and hopefully your friends are nearby, and you can still hang out with them. Yes, you have to work during the week, you don't have as much freedom, you have money.
Yeah.
And you can do cooler trips. You can still hang out with your friends. And he said, it's honestly, like, I've enjoyed this time even more, which it was really reassuring to hear because, I mean, I had so much fun in college, and I don't have any regrets in what I did in college. I love the people I met, love the things I've done. I think I'm going to enjoy the career I'm going into and see where I can go from there. But it's good to hear that it's not, you know, there's still a lot more fun to happen, and I'm excited for the future too. As sad as the past is, I'm still excited I get to live around you guys and still get to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
So.
What gives me calm is the fact that like, you know, adults aren't constantly talking about I wish I was in college or all this stuff.
Right.
You know?
It's like they'll talk to you and be like, yeah, college is awesome. And they'll be like, they'll say, yeah, I miss it. But at the same time, they love where they're at now.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, that at least gives me some hope. Like, yeah, like life ain't that bad after college. Which I'm excited for afterlife of college. I'm done drinking, you know, 3 days a week. That's
my liver needs a break.
Exactly. It's gonna be nice, you know, once maybe twice now. Like last week I went out on Friday, but I had a chill night on Saturday, which I haven't done in
a very long time.
So it was nice. Just, you know, I played 9 holes of golf, went home, cooked a steak with some potatoes and broccoli.
Oh yeah.
Sat on my couch, watched a movie. Fantastic.
Like a great day.
Love doing stuff like that. And in college, you're surrounded by people. They're like, yo, we gotta go out. Like, it's Saturday. So,
Yeah.
again, I understand that. But I love the new norm, getting used to it. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it's the future's all coming up, Baldwin.
Yeah.
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Oh, I saw this video. It just kind of made me laugh. I guess the hardest in a little bit. It's this French guy. He's talking about these children doing an experiment in America. He goes, yeah. So we took some American children and we put one of them in a room. We say, if you don't eat this marshmallow for 15 minutes, we'll give you another marshmallow if we come back. He goes, yeah, well, what the American child did is he pulled out his gun, he took it right to the experimenter's head and goes, take me to the fucking store right now and go get me some marshmallows. Went to the store with the guy and took as many marshmallows he wanted, then shot the guy for fun, then shot up a school for fun. Which, dark humor, sounds terrible, but it gave me a little chuckle. That's definitely the funniest thing I've watched in a little bit. Again, terrible humor, but it was kind of funny.
It's funny because it's kind of true.
It's like 70% of the kids actually ended up doing this, and it's like, all right, it's kind of funny.
Who's your hero?
I look up to my dad a lot now. He has accomplished so much from where he's come from. I mean, he had to get through college himself. He lost his dad when he was 14. My grandma didn't provide, a lot of help, but I mean, obviously I love my grandma. He loves his mom.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to deal with that growing up. He never really got the full college experience either. Like, he told me he went to Cincy, absolutely hated it. He had a weird ass roommate. Ended up transferring back to Kent, where he's from, lived from home. So he never really got the experience I did. And he always told me, I love how that you're actually getting to meet all these people and really live how I wish my college experience went. And I was like, yeah, it's good to hear.
Yeah.
But I mean, he started his own business in 2008. I mean, he told me actually recently, he's like, yeah, we were living just off your mom's income for a year and a half to start my business up, and now it's doing incredibly well for him, and he's become very successful. He's taking trips, but that 1.5 year, you're taking the biggest risk of all. You're starting your own business. You have no idea if it's going to work. You have hope. You think it's going to work, but that's scary as shit. I mean, you have kids to support. Like, it could go completely wrong.
Yeah.
But it ended up working really well for him, and I look up to my dad a lot because I think he's incredibly smart. I went to Pebble Beach with him, so it's just me and him. Went up to San Francisco, went down to Carmel, so rode on Highway 1. And when we were in Carmel, I was going to play Pebble Beach the next day, but it was the Super Bowl. So we watched the Bengals and Rams play at this bar-type restaurant on the resort of Pebble Beach. Mm-hmm. We went back home, and we had a bunch of beers, because my dad was like, because we started there, and I was like, yeah, I'll take Stella, and my dad's like, oh, I'll do the same. And I kept going, and my dad was trying to keep up with me. I could tell it was kind of funny, but I had a bunch of beers, and he had a bunch, and then we went back to the hotel, and we were just sitting outside, and we had a couple more beers. At this point where I've never really seen my dad that drunk, but I made him cry just talking to him, telling him, about me, love that me and my brother got along. He just was telling me, I looked up to him a lot. I was telling him that, and he just, I could tell I made him feel really good, and I look up to him a lot. I mean, he's done so much with so little, and I mean, he's living life now, so traveling a lot more, getting to do things he's always wanted to do, and yeah, definitely my biggest hero in life.
I love it. Yeah, sounds like he's really a self-made man that's pulled himself up by his bootstraps just to give his family the life he wanted.
Right, yeah, and I mean, I don't think I'd want to be raised any different way. I think I have good morals. I think I have an understanding of money. I can connect with most people. I don't think my life has been as hard as most people. I think I'm not going to say I was in a full bubble, but I mean, I've definitely grown up in the middle class. Solon was not crazy wealthy, but it was a wealthy district, and I learned a lot of stuff there. But I don't think I don't think I've been spoiled by any means. But again, they've helped me in so many ways, and I think the important thing is at least understanding that they have helped me. They've given me money. They've supported me as much as I hope to do for my kids.
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
Moving to my new apartment. As sad as it is, I mean, the new apartment is just so nice. It's clean. was moving out of my old place. Found 2 cockroaches I had to kill real quick. It's like, oh, this is disgusting. I also got there. It was flooding from the ground up. My carpet was like smelled like mold because it kept flooding from the ground up. The dresser I had was breaking. It was pretty disgusting. So I was like, you know what, I at least be in Columbus still, but let's get something a little bit nicer. My place is sparkling clean right now. It's organized. That's been the best part probably this whole month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day in which, I can, walk around barefoot in my house.
That's exactly what I've been telling people. I was like, this is the first time I've been able to just wear socks or go barefoot for the past 4 years. Like, even the dorms, it was kind of gross to walk around. You know, you can't really walk in the common.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's kind of gross. But this is the first, like, especially these last 2 years, like, oh my god, we have to clean it on Sunday. I'm not looking forward to that because it is disgusting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love this house. It's rustic, to say the least. It's got so many memories, great people. That being said, I'm afraid of this house sometimes, like you drop something, it's like that thing just got like 3 STDs.
Yep.
You gotta
burn the fork if you do it. Yeah.
No, you just like you gotta like go to the church and like get an exorcism or something like that.
I mean, but here's the thing: it's the people that made this house, not the house. And it's awesome, you're living in this great house, great memories, but it's the people, you know. Again, the house brought everyone together, and you're able to live together in this. This is a cool house. I love this house. Love my house.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna miss the people more than anything. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's 99.999 the people, and then you get that 0.01 whatever the house. Just cool memories. But again, it's the people that that you love to live with, and all the memories you're gonna have for the rest of your life, and hopefully still keep in touch with everyone.
Exactly. Are you living alone or are you living with someone?
I'm living with Cal. So.
Oh right.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be a good balance of like. Sorry, I was gonna sneeze. Wait, what? Alright. But it'll be a good balance of like still having the people to make the apartment, but at the same time a lot cleaner and a lot more calm.
And I'm happy I'm only in Grandview. It's 10 minutes from. I mean, everyone will probably be going out to the Short North on Saturdays, game days. Still be nearby. Football Sunday, can't wait for that. But that I'm still gonna be here for everything, and it'll be great. So not too far away, which will be good.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years, both personally and professionally?
Personally, I would like to move down south. I'd love to go to Arizona. I love the dry heat. I don't care if it's 110 degrees. I hate humidity. I hate snow with a passion now. Damn. I don't like
snow. What does snow do to you?
I just don't like anything about it. It's cold. I don't like wearing layers. I like wearing a sweatshirt. But other than that, I hate wearing like big jackets. I don't look good in jackets. I like sweatshirts. I feel cozy and I like it. Like this is my favorite outfit right here. It's shorts and a sweatshirt. I feel fantastic in it. But no, I can't do it anymore. But I want to go like North Carolina. I also love playing golf. So like year-round golf sounds fantastic to me. But going somewhere that's warm year-round, people want to come to me. And if I need to go back to Cleveland, it's going to be a cheap ticket because no one wants to go to Cleveland. Let's be real.
You're right, yeah.
It's cold. I love growing up there, but it sucks. I don't want to live there ever again. So personally, I would love to be somewhere south in 5 years. Not Florida. Hate Florida. But anywhere else but there. And California. Don't like there. But let's think. Professionally, I don't know. I'd like to see. So I'm going to be in a rotational program for J.P. Morgan for 18 months. It's their internal audit group, but I'm going to be data analytic focused. So I'll have 3 rotations within the 18 months. After that, depending on if I like it, I'd like to hopefully be hired by them. And if I don't like it, maybe somewhere else within J.P. Morgan, because they offer really good internal help. If you find somewhere else you like, you can easily talk to other managers and get help there and see if you can fit in somewhere else. But if that doesn't work, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about that, but for me personally or professionally, I think I want to go more into a managerial role, but I mean, obviously everyone's like, I want to be a manager. I'm saying more in the sense where I can present, I can use more people skills, but have that technology-focused background. I don't want to be glued to a computer all day. I like people, I like talking, and I think, a lot of the projects I've done growing up in college, I 99% of the time I take lead. And I do it and I feel like a good way where, it's just because it's easier. It's not that I take control and I can't live with not taking control. I do like to think, I can take control, but it's more in a way that's like healthy. It's I know how to deviate pretty well, and I know how to take control and say who's doing what, and I'll do my part. I don't mind helping someone else, so that's why I want to go more into a role where I can lead people. One of my biggest flaws as a person is definitely I am very impatient, which is something I definitely need to work on. But it's more I'm impatient I'm impatient with certain things, and then when it comes to projects and stuff, I'm impatient when I don't feel like someone's giving their full work, or I hate lazy people. Mm-hmm. You could call me lazy, but the reason I don't think I'm lazy is I really don't have much to do right now, so I am literally lazy right now, but when I'm working, I get my shit done. I get it done to the best of my ability. I make sure I ask for help if I need help. I make sure everything's done well.
Yeah.
I can't stand people that, don't give it a go, and I don't mind if someone's not, not that intelligent. That doesn't bother me. Are they going to at least try? Are they at least going to, give a good effort? Most people you work with, they're going to at least, you hope so, they at least know how to do the job, but it pisses me off if they're lazy, you're behind. I get stuff done a week in advance if I can, mm-hmm. and I can't stand waiting for someone. That's where I get the issue. If you have no excuse and I'm waiting on you, that pisses me off a lot. I don't think there's an excuse for that.
Yeah, I hate how I feel like upperclassmen years were just all group projects.
Oh my God, I can't stand it.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I feel like Ohio State's full of 60,000 of some of the smartest people you ever meet, and then there's 30 people in your group that are just dumbasses.
You always have those fucking idiots every single time. I mean, this last project I did for December, one of my last group projects, I did the entire project. I kept telling these people, hey, can we meet today? And I'd get a message last minute, hey, I actually can't meet today. And I'm like, dude, we need to finish this.
Yeah.
And I spent the time, each Tuesday, Thursday, that being said. Again, I'm not doing much, but I will go out of my way to do stuff to get it done if I don't fully trust these people, which I really didn't.
Yeah.
I'd meet with the teacher and, get help each time, and eventually I figured it out by myself. I literally wrote their prompts for them. I was like, you guys need to say this, just please add on to it if you can, and understand, if you get asked a question, please just understand how to answer it, because I don't want to be talking the entire time. Remember at the end of the presentation, my professor was just like, can we ask someone besides Ryan a question? I was scared out of my mind. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if they're going to know what they're talking about. So, but it's just so annoying. It always happens like that.
Yeah, I completely agree, which is why I feel like in the real world, when people are paid to do shit, hopefully it'll be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd think.
I hope. I mean,
you'd think.
I don't know. I had a similar experience to you. Junior year, my intro to website class. Mm-hmm. The last project, so it was 7 group projects, or...
Just learn HTML.
HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then Ruby / Ruby on Rails.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the same group for the entire semester. You had 7 projects with them. First 6 it was dysfunctional, but I made it work.
Right.
Kind of like you said, had to take charge and all this stuff. The 7th project was the biggest one, and it was make a website with Ruby on Rails and add this database stuff and this, that, the other. And I remember starting on it and I was like, hey, I think we really need to start on this soon, because this is a lot harder of a project than I think we realized. Right. So that was 2 weeks out. Mm-hmm. Then the next day I'd be like, hey, can I get I think I've gotten a little bit done, but I think we really need to work on this. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and I'm literally working on this entire thing myself. I remember looking at the GitHub and no one had committed at all.
God,
which is the cardinal way of you are literally know who's helping who. Yeah. And 20 hours before it's due, we're it's not close to done. And if there's one thing I hate being late. I also I hate unfinished products.
Right.
So, and then 20 hours, people finally start replying to my messages. Someone changed the color of the background.
Oh, nice.
Someone changed the font type. Someone fixed some little issue I was having. And I remember that's the only time I've ever gone to a professor and be like, hey, I don't know if I could save my grade by saying I did the entire work, but check the message history because he was in the group chat because he was made to, check the commits, like, I did this entire thing myself. I know it's not finished, but, like, give me some slack. And thank God he, like, showed out for me. He, like, talked to us as a group after class one time. It was just like, yeah, like, kind of, like, going in on them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I also got graded pretty favorably for the project.
Same thing happened to me with GitHub making a website.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, nothing was working. It was just me and this one girl that were doing everything. 2 other people in our group, I didn't even know if they didn't even respond to a single message. I would constantly be in contact with the professor, like, hey, can you please help us? He wasn't even replying. Not until later, it took him like a month to eventually reply when the project was doing like a week. It's like, oh, like, what do you guys need help with? Nothing was working, and we literally had to turn it in. I was telling him, like, I'm going to turn this project in. There's going to be parts of it that are right, but it's not going to run. It's not going to, like, you're not going to see anything.
Yeah.
But you can look at our GitHub. There is correct stuff there, but a lot of it is not going to work. It's like, me and this girl have done this entire project. And it's just, like, not fair.
Yeah.
He ended up giving us an A, and the other people probably got fucking D's or something. Like,
same thing?
Nothing worked.
Yeah, no, it, like, we had, like, another day or two to, like, finish up any problems and, like, actually, like, launch it on Heroku or whatever, but shout out to that. I will say, though, my second semester of college, like, in the introduction to engineering class, I had, like, 3 really smart guys that, like, pulled their weight, which was amazing, and, like, between that and the last semester of college, every other group project it was on, like, you know, how we've been saying, had to, like, take the lead. But then the last semester, I had a group project for all 4 of my classes, and by some miracle, like, I was finally able to, like, you know, ease off the brakes, like, let other people take lead, and it was so much nicer, dude. Like, not having to worry.
Imagine, like, a group project where everyone does equal work.
Yeah.
We had one, you probably had to take this class, it was like CSC 3232 or 3241?
Yeah, the software requirements.
Yes, so I had to take that one as well, and my group was fantastic. We would meet after class every single time, do the bits and pieces. We'd all finish. Everyone knew their parts really well. Everyone did equal work. This one dude, you had to keep doing the like, you know, put in like what everyone deserves point wise. So after each like thing we turned in iteration. Yeah. And this one dude, I didn't because it was anonymous. Some dude kept giving me an 8 out of 10. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I was doing, if not, like, equal, a little bit more than some people. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm giving everyone 10s. Like, everyone's doing the same thing. Like, I am not doing anything less than anyone else. I'm, like, scheduling some of the meetings if we need extra. Like, I was so confused. Yeah. And I knew one of the guys in the group. And I knew the girl a little bit. And I was like, there's no way she's giving me one lower. It was between these 2 people. And I was like, all right, this dude just, like... I eventually figured out who it was because it happened to my other friend. And he's like, yeah, I talked to the other guy, and it wasn't him. We're like, all right, it has to be this guy. So I'm not going to lie, the last 2 that we turned in, I gave the guy a 1 for both of them. I was like, fuck this guy. No, like, that just pissed me. That's me being petty. It's like, if you're going to give me an 8 for no actual reason, like, you give people 10s if they do equal work. Yeah. There's no reason you subtract any amount of points.
It's the same, like, mentality of, like, you always give your Uber 5 stars unless they're, like... really bad, you know?
Exactly. Like, honestly, if they don't do equal work, as long as they're getting a little bit of work done, they're doing, you know, for the most part, what I think is a good amount of work, I'm going to give you 100%. I'm not that petty. But if you're going to give me... this is just me personally. Yeah. No, it's a, you know, it just pisses me off. If you're going to give me a lower grade, and your reasoning behind it is just complete bullshit, like, didn't talk enough in group. Dude, are you serious? I got the work done. I definitely was talking enough. Give me a 10. And if you're not giving me a 10, I'm going to give you a 1. It sounds shitty as fuck, but no, I can't stand that.
I completely agree. Like, we're all just trying to make it through at this point, you know? Like, unless, like, someone's actually, like, not doing their job and, like, first of all, talk to them before you give them a terrible grade, because...
I mean, an 8 isn't even bad, but it's just like, why are you giving me an 8?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my one part from that class. I was like, what in the world? Great group, but that one guy... Ugh.
What's one thing you want to have done by the next time we film a podcast? I don't know when that'll be, but that's, I'm saying 3+ years from now.
3+ years. I want to be pretty into my career. I want to have something that'll actually give me a good challenge. I haven't really been challenged in the last 8 months, which is why I'm really excited to start this new role. Because it'll finally challenge me in ways that I have not been challenged since my final year of college, because I had 2 classes that really, I had to do a lot of work for a couple of projects, and the projects, you know, I learned some good coding experience, and it really helped me, I think, strengthen myself and understand how to do it now. And I'm excited to learn. I mean, I know SQL, but I haven't looked at it since like sophomore year. Not the hardest thing to learn, but then using that with the database and extracting data, that's going to be my first time doing that. I'm going to be learning their systems and how they use it. I'm not fully sure how, so that's going to be really exciting for me. So I'm hoping within 3 years I find a job that, you know, I really enjoy doing, and it's something where, you know, on a Sunday I'm looking forward to a Monday. I'm not dreading it like I normally do.
Yeah.
Like school, I never enjoyed going to school on a Monday. It's always it's been hell. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna love, you know. Sorry, vibrating. I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, I'd rather be playing golf on a Monday. Don't get me wrong, but I want to have something where, you know, I go and I'm like, you know what,
it's not bad.
It's not bad. I'm gonna enjoy this like 8 hours. I'm not gonna want to, you know, die for the next 8 hours. It's going to be enjoyable. I'm going to enjoy the people I'm working with, and that's really what I'm hoping on. I have a good team of people I work with. I enjoy it. It's challenging. I'm not bored. Make a good amount of money where I can enjoy my life. So that's my biggest goal in the next 3+ years.
I'm looking forward to challenge Baldwin. It's
I haven't seen it much, but I have been. I have been challenged. Not recently, but I have been.
Yeah. On a side note, I can't believe you turned your Hack Ohio shirt into a tank top.
I turned it in like, I want to say like half a year, a little bit more ago.
Yeah.
And I just think it looks so stupid, because it's like, why are you wearing a cutoff, but then it's a Hack Ohio cutoff.
Yeah, it's like the two opposite ends of like the spectrum of life.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this jacked CSE guy, yeah. I'm not jacked, but no, I thought it's comfortable, and I kind of like wearing cutoffs, because it's just flowy.
Yeah, no, you do look good though.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So that concludes the conversational part of my questions.
Okay.
So wrapping up here, I got some quick hitters for you.
Okay.
So whatever comes first to mind with these questions.
Say it.
If you need time to think about it, though, go ahead. Just try not to overthink it.
Okay.
All right. So this is a moment in the mind of Ryan Miller Baldwin.
Oh God.
What's a song that's been stuck in your head recently?
Love.
By who?
Kid Cudi.
Same. Honestly.
Great song. They took it off Apple Music.
Really?
Well, they did. It was on there like a couple months ago, and eventually it was just taken off. It was under some random name.
Yeah.
So I think it was put on there kind of like illegally almost.
Yeah.
But then finally he released this album and it's back on.
Yeah.
But it was on Apple Music for a little bit prior.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy it's back on. What's one of your favorite lyrics or quotes?
So much had I woke up in Sleepy Hollow.
Banger. What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck. I gotta watch it.
It's not that good.
It's gotta be good enough to get mentioned.
No, it's not. I've been watching some bad movies recently.
Like Morbius kind of bad, or like Alvin and the Chipmunks kind of bad?
It's more close to Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's a stupid rom-com, but I enjoyed it for no reason.
Yeah. What's the best thing you binged recently?
The Kenobi, Star Wars.
What's the best book you read recently?
I haven't read a book since like 8th grade.
No worries.
I need to start reading again.
It's surprisingly fun.
I know it's fun. I was gonna start actually Harry Potter, but I have not read since.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
I think I read a guided reading actually in 9th grade once. But.
Yeah. No, between graduating high school and this summer, I think I've read one book.
Hey, at least you got one.
Yeah.
Beat me.
Yeah. No, it's having to read kind of takes all the fun out of it, you know.
I don't like having. It is enjoyable. I need to strengthen my vocabulary too. So I do plan on reading in probably the next couple months.
I don't know. You have an impeccable lexicon. Yeah. What's your current and most recent job?
Fit Technologies.
What do you do there? Or like, what's your official title? I guess.
Intern that does something.
Intern of something.
Doesn't know exactly what he does, but he does something.
I love it. Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
Shit, I'm really like borderline on it. I don't know, but if I were to have, it'd be 2 or less.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 1, they usually turn into a rat, so 2.
Yeah.
If I did, but I'm very like in the middle right now because I hate children.
I gotcha. I mean, I feel like a lot of 22-year-olds want a kid right now, but.
Right.
Yeah. What's your favorite spot to eat nearby, or whether it be sit down or fast food?
As in like you're saying, just like a place, or like sit at a table type thing. You're saying.
Either.
All right, I'll go both then. I enjoy sitting on my balcony when I'm eating, but place I just love Chipotle.
Banger. What's something you think is underrated?
The Browns.
What's your biggest hot take?
The Browns.
What about the Browns?
Is the fantasy good or not? In terms of who they've added to the team.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be the Browns, I'm telling you. Like, I don't, personally, don't think much is going to change.
He's a foul man, but
yeah.
I hope he plays. That's my hot take.
You hope he plays?
Yeah, I do. It's a lot of money to spend on a guy.
That's fair. What's your favorite quality about yourself?
I enjoy my humor.
What's your favorite outfit?
I love an all-black fit with white shoes.
Great choice. Any specific shoes/shirt, whatever combo, or
just Nike shoes, white shoes like now. Any black pants, as long as they're tight. They need to be tight. I think they look good tight. And I like a black sweatshirt personally, but I think it just looks tough.
I like it. What's your biggest hobby?
Biggest hobby is golf.
You're stuck on a deserted island and you can only bring one thing with you. You can't bring a boat. If you bring any technology, there's no cell service. Okay. What are you bringing?
What am I bringing? I would bring just a friend.
A friend?
Yeah.
To survive with you on this deserted island?
Yeah, I gotta talk to someone. I go crazy.
Yeah, but now you're taking them to some deserted islands out of the safety of the world.
I don't care. They're gonna struggle with me. Bring Josh with me. Screw him. He's coming with me.
All right. He's recording tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited.
Tell him.
He better say you, I guess. Who are your best friends?
I don't like that. I don't like that word personally because I don't have one friend that. I mean, I have so many friends that I consider I want to keep close in my life. I think it's your house, and I think it's my house, and then a couple of the guys in Cal's house, and a couple of friends from home that I all consider like this. This big group of best friends. So I don't like the word best friends because I just think I have a big group of best friends that I plan on keeping in touch with for as long as I can.
Love it. What's something that you have to do every day?
I have to shower.
Not like that,
No, I can't function if I don't shower.
Really?
It's like I know most people shower every day.
Yeah.
If I wake up, I have to shower. I can go to the gym, but I need to shower that day, or I just can't live.
All right.
Before my job, I need to shower before. No matter what. I don't care. I could be dying. I need to shower.
Gotcha. What's your proudest accomplishment?
Proudest accomplishment? Getting a job.
What's something you want to own?
I want to own a country club membership.
Great answer. What do you think the price of gas will be by the next time we film?
3+ years?
Yeah.
At least hopefully the war in Russia will be done by then. I don't know, like $5.50.
$5.50? God damn. I hope.
Bro, dude. I don't know. It's crazy. No, I'm kidding. It's probably gonna be like $4.50.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
going back down. It's getting more reasonable. It's still high, but I think it'll be $4.50 in 3+ years.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have a Tesla by then, though.
I just got my dad's car. Today's
the Volvo.
Yeah. So gas prices now stress me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah. Where do you want to visit next?
I want to go. There's a couple places, but number one is southern Italy and Greece.
What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
Travel, meet people, experience as much culture and as many people as you can, because it'll change your life forever.
Love it. And last but not least, top 5.
Golf, it's definitely 1. Friends and family, 2. Drinking a beer on the porch is 3. Drinking a beer on the golf course is 4. Boats and drinking is 5.
3 spots to drinking,
2
like spots to golf.
I mean, I love golf and I love drinking. I love that lethal combo, but I'm not an alcoholic. That sounds bad, but those situations, it's just great to drink a beer and relax.
No, I get it. It's definitely the finer things of life,
All involving, all friends. Friends need to be there. That's the main thing. If I golf, I don't want to drink a beer and golf alone. That's the most depressing thing. Actually, it's not that depressing, but I don't want to do that.
I feel like it's hard to find anything sadder in life than drinking alone.
Oh God, it's so sad. I haven't drank alone in, I can't even tell you how long. Even in Europe, I drink alone, but then immediately meet people. So I'd start alone, but I'd always finish with people.
You always finish with people. I'm glad to hear it.
You know me, bro.
Yeah. Bald, I'm happy that you came here on the
Appreciate
podcast.
the invite. It's been great talking to you.
No, it was
Some tough questions. You got me thinking.
Yeah, no, it's a great conversation that we had.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, happy to for future you to see this whenever
I'm excited.
the fuck that is.
I'm excited to make the next one in a couple of years.
Yeah.
See what's changed since then. See what these answers are staying the same.
Exactly. See if you still got the same good ass cut, or if
I'm
you're like,
hoping I don't go bald, man.
bro, I need a haircut right now. Like
You're gonna get Ethan down here,
dude. I can't trust anyone but Ethan. I mean, you've seen me.
It's so scary. One of my scariest thing I think is just getting a haircut, like finding someone to give you a haircut. Yeah. I was so scared to go to this one place I go to for so long. I was like, I don't want them messing up. Look like stupid. But then you have to remember, like, it's only gonna be a couple of weeks, but still, like, it's a couple of weeks.
No, I think the only brand loyalty I have is barbers, just because, like, you know, it's unless you fuck me up, like if I trust you and you do me well, like,
I'll go back
you get my lifetime service.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Until I move, but like you're cutting my hair for at least the year, foreseeing year. So.
And my dad's been getting his haircut by the same guy for the last 30 years.
I mean, the guy cuts me right now, I'd get it for the rest of my life. I like the cut he does, and hasn't messed up yet.
Yeah, and a good guy too, I hope.
Yeah, no, great guy.
Yeah. But how do you want to finish this thing? I think I'm gonna start letting my guests finish however they want.
Dude, now you're putting me on the spot again. I don't know.
I mean, like a wave goodbye. You could do one of these. However you want.
See ya.
Peace. Sweet.
Oh.
Good times.